It was the year 2016. The crowd sat in silence. Millions of people were watching from around the world. The Oscars, the biggest movie award show, was at its final moment. The host opened the envelope and said the words everyone had waited for. And the Oscar goes to Leonardo DiCaprio. The crowd stood up. People clapped, cheered, and some even cried. After more than 20 years of waiting, Leonardo had finally won his first Oscar. He walked to the stage with a big smile. It was not just a trophy. It was a dream coming true. Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the most famous actors in the world. But his journey was not easy. He worked hard for many years. He was rejected. He was criticized. He was told he wasn't good enough. But he never gave up. In this video, you will learn the story of Leonardo DiCaprio. From his early life in a poor neighborhood, to becoming a Hollywood star, and then an environmental hero. You will discover how a boy with big dreams became a man who changed the world, both in movies and in real life. This story will also help you practice your English. Listen carefully. Pay attention to the words and phrases. You will improve your vocabulary, your listening, and your confidence. So, if you want to learn English and feel inspired, stay until the end. Like this video and subscribe to English Avenue for more powerful stories that help you grow your English in your dreams. Now, let's begin the story of Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. His mother, Ermeline, was a secretary. His father, George, sold comic books and wrote stories. They were not rich, but they gave Leonardo love and support. When he was just 1 year old, his parents separated. Leonardo stayed with his mother. They moved to a small house in a poor area of Los Angeles. There were many problems in the neighborhood. Drugs, crime, and violence were common. But Ermeline did everything she could to keep her son safe. Leonardo was full of energy. He loved to make faces and act like different people. He would pretend to be animals, characters, or even people on the street. His mother saw his talent and said, "My son is special. He needs to be on TV." At the age of 5, Leonardo appeared on a children's TV show. But it was only for one episode. He didn't get many jobs at first. Some people said his name was too long or too strange. Others thought he wasn't the right look. Leonardo almost gave up. But his mother told him, "Don't stop. You have something important inside you." With her help, Leonardo started acting in commercials. He smiled, danced, and showed his funny side. Slowly, people began to notice him. He got small roles on TV shows like Growing Pains. He wasn't a star yet, but he was learning. Every line, every scene, every audition, he was growing stronger. Leonardo said later, My mom believed in me. That made all the difference. From a little boy with big dreams to a young actor with a chance, Leonardo's journey was just beginning. In 1993, something incredible happened. Leonardo DiCaprio got a role in a movie called What's Eating Gilbert Grape. He played a boy with a mental disability. His performance was so real and emotional that many people thought he was not acting. They thought he was truly that boy. Leonardo was only 19 years old. But his work in the film was powerful. He showed the world that he was not just a good-looking teen actor. He was serious. He had talent. For this role, he was nominated for an Academy Award, an Oscar. It was his first time, and he was the second youngest actor ever to be nominated. People were surprised. "Who is this young man?" they asked. "Where did he come from?" Suddenly, everyone in Hollywood knew Leonardo's name. But even with all the praise, Leonardo stayed humble. He thanked his co-stars and his director. He said, "I just want to do good work. I want to learn." After What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Leonardo received more offers. He was in movies like The Quick and the Dead and The Basketball Diaries. In these films, he played complex characters. Some were troubled, others were brave, but all were interesting. He worked hard to improve his skills. He watched older actors. He asked questions. He listened to advice. Leonardo was not trying to be famous. He was trying to be great. And soon, the whole world would know his name. In 1997, Leonardo DiCaprio took a role that would change his life forever. He played Jack Dawson in the movie Titanic. The film was a love story set on a real ship that sank in 1912. Titanic was a huge movie. The director, James Cameron, spent millions of dollars to make it. Some people thought it would fail. But when the movie came out, it became a worldwide success. Millions of people watched Titanic. They laughed, cried, and fell in love with Jack and Rose. Leonardo's face was on posters, magazines, and TV shows everywhere. He was now a global superstar. Young fans screamed his name. People called him Leo and wore shirts with his picture. For many, he became the most famous actor in the world. But fame was not easy. Leonardo was only 22 years old. He was not ready for so much attention. Reporters followed him everywhere. People tried to take pictures of him all the time. He felt like he had lost his freedom. He once said, "Fame is like a prison. You can't go anywhere without people watching you." Even so, Leonardo was proud of the movie. Titanic won 11 Oscars and became one of the most successful films in history. But when people asked about his future, Leonardo gave a surprising answer. He said, "I don't want to do only romantic movies. I want to grow. I want to challenge myself." And that is exactly what he did. After Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio was one of the most famous people on Earth. He could have made many romantic movies and stayed a teen idol. But he wanted something different. He wanted to be respected, not just loved. So, he made a bold choice. He stopped accepting easy roles. Instead, he waited. He looked for stories that were deep, emotional, and powerful. In the early 2000s, Leonardo began working with some of the best directors in the world. One of them was Steven Spielberg. In Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo played a young man who tricked people by pretending to be a doctor, pilot, and lawyer. The movie was a big success, and Leonardo showed a new side of his talent. But there was one director who would become very important in his life, Martin Scorsese. Their first film together was Gangs of New York. It was not a love story. It was violent, dark, and full of emotion. Leonardo played a man looking for justice in a dangerous city. It was a hard role, but he gave everything he had. People started to see him differently. Critics said, Leonardo is not just a star. He's a real actor. He continued with more serious roles. In The Aviator, he played Howard Hughes, a rich and brilliant man who lost control of his mind. In Blood Diamond, he played a man fighting for survival during war in Africa. These movies were not always easy to watch. But they were honest. Real. And Leonardo gave his best in every scene. He was no longer just the guy from Titanic. He was becoming one of the greatest actors of his generation. One of the most important parts of Leonardo DiCaprio's career is his work with director Martin Scorsese. Together, they made some of the most powerful films in modern cinema. After Gangs of New York, the two men built a strong friendship. They trusted each other. Martin said, Leonardo brings truth to every role. He is fearless. Their next movie was The Aviator. Leonardo played a man who was rich, smart, and full of big dreams, but also afraid and sick inside. It was a hard role. Leonardo had to show strength and weakness at the same time. Many people said it was his best acting ever. The film won many awards. Leonardo was nominated for an Oscar again. But he didn't win. Still, he didn't stop. He said, every movie teaches me something. I just want to keep learning. Then came The Departed. It was a crime story about lies, loyalty, and survival. Leonardo played a police officer who had to live a dangerous double life. His performance was full of emotion, fear, and intensity. The movie won the Oscar for Best Picture. But again, Leonardo did not win the award for Best Actor. He didn't complain. He stayed focused. He knew that great work is more important than gold statues. Later, they made Shutter Island, a dark mystery about memory and pain. And then The Wolf of Wall Street, where Leonardo played a rich man who loved money, parties, and power, but lost control of his life. In that role, he was funny, wild, and sad, all in one. He gave everything. The movie was shocking, but brilliant. Once again, he was nominated for an Oscar. And once again, he didn't win. But now, no one doubted his greatness. The connection between Scorsese and DiCaprio helped shape Leonardo's career. These movies proved that he was not just a famous face. He was a true artist. Leonardo DiCaprio was not only acting in great films. He was also thinking about the world. He started to ask big questions. What is happening to our planet? Why is the Earth getting hotter? Why are animals losing their homes? Since he was young, Leonardo loved nature. He cared about animals, forests, and oceans. As he got older, he learned more about climate change. He saw how pollution and waste were hurting the planet. In 1998, he created the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. The goal was to protect the environment and help the Earth. He donated millions of dollars to save forests, oceans, and endangered animals. He also used his voice. In 2014, he spoke at the United Nations. He stood in front of world leaders and said, "Climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the greatest challenge of our time." People listened. His speech was shared across the world. He was not just a movie star. He was a leader for the planet. He made a documentary called Before the Flood, where he traveled the world to show the damage caused by climate change. He spoke with scientists, politicians, and local people. He showed the truth. Leonardo said, "We only have one Earth. We must protect it." He continued working with governments, companies, and schools. He asked them to reduce pollution, use clean energy, and protect animals. Many fans were surprised. Why does an actor care so much about the Earth? They asked. But Leonardo showed that being famous is not just about movies. It is also about using your voice to make the world better. He didn't do it for awards. He did it because he cares. He said, "I want to leave a better world for the next generation." For many years, people asked the same question: why hasn't Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar? He had been nominated several times. He gave powerful performances in many movies. But each time, someone else won. Fans were confused. Other actors were surprised. Even Leonardo joked about it sometimes. But in 2015, he made a movie that changed everything. It was called The Revenant. In this film, Leonardo played a man who was attacked by a bear and left alone in the snow. He had to survive in the cold, find food, and fight for his life. The role was very hard. He had to film in freezing weather. He ate raw meat. He had no warm clothes. Leonardo said it was the most difficult movie he had ever made. but it was also one of his best. The movie received many awards. People said, "This time, Leonardo must win." Then came the big night, the 2016 Academy Awards. Everyone waited. The presenter opened the envelope and read the winner, Leonardo DiCaprio, for The Revenant. The crowd cheered. Many people stood up. Some had tears in their eyes. It was a moment of joy, not only for Leonardo, but for the whole world. When he walked to the stage, he looked calm. But his voice was full of emotion. He thanked the people who helped him. Then he said something important. Climate change is real. It is happening right now. We must not take this planet for granted. Even in his big moment, he thought about the Earth. That night, Leonardo didn't just win an Oscar. He won respect. He showed the world that hard work, patience, and passion always find their reward. After winning the Oscar, Leonardo DiCaprio could have taken a break. He could have enjoyed his success and stayed quiet. But that's not who he is. Leonardo continued to act in important films. In 2019, he starred in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a movie by famous director Quentin Tarantino. In it, he played a movie actor trying to save his career. The role was funny, emotional, and full of personality. Once again, Leonardo was nominated for an Oscar. He also used his fame to help others. He spoke in many events about the environment. He gave money to help people after natural disasters. He supported young leaders who are fighting for climate action. Leonardo also became a producer. He started helping new filmmakers tell strong stories. His goal was to support movies with meaning, films that make people think. In interviews, he said, "I want to use my time to make a difference. Not just in movies, but in the world." He lived simply. He didn't show off his money. He spent time in nature, traveled to learn more about the planet, and worked with scientists and activists. Many people look at Leonardo DiCaprio today and see more than a movie star. They see a man who never gave up, who always tried to grow, and who used his fame for something bigger than himself. His story is not just about success. It's about purpose. Leonardo DiCaprio started as a boy with big dreams in a small home in Los Angeles. He faced rejection. He heard no many times. But he never gave up. He worked hard. He took risks. He followed his passion. He used his talent, not just to become famous, but to help the world. From acting to saving the planet, he became more than a star. He became a voice for change. His story is not just about movies. It's about believing in yourself, even when the world doubts you. And now, it's your turn. What is your dream? Do you want to act? To sing? To travel? To help others? Whatever it is, don't give up. Work hard. Stay focused. Keep learning. Keep growing. Just like Leonardo, your story can inspire others. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be passionate. If this story touched your heart, like this video and comment below. Tell us what part of Leonardo's story inspired you the most. We love reading your thoughts and learning from you too. And don't forget to subscribe to English Avenue. We bring you real stories that help you improve your English in your life. Leonardo DiCaprio is not only a great actor, but also a great storyteller. He has shared his ideas and values through documentaries and public speeches, which you can explore online or in books. By learning his story, you practice your English, and also discover your own power. Do you want to improve your English 20x faster? Whether it's grammar, conversation, or fluency, we have the perfect material for you. Click the link in the description or the first pinned comment and take your English to the next level.